Alright guys, welcome to our second iOS competition of the weekend, with apologies from before. So our first one was from 3,000 euros, the second one will be for 1,000. Deedless, why the difference between the two?
Well, you know, the last one spanned for, I believe, 6 months, kind of, and this one just covers November to December. So, obviously, that means that there's a few months that needs to be covered, and therefore, just, well, less money in the price. Cool, that is.
So guys, do remember that as I just update our bits and pieces over there, that each monthly files is worth 500 euros or $500. That's how the maths gets worked out. But before we get into our official ESL competition today, we'd like you guys to come and join us live on the stream with the passkey ESL 123. Deedless, if we were saying it in Dutch, how would we do such a thing?
Oh, in Dutch. Oh, that is...
Wait, I had a brain slip. Sorry, in Danish. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm like, Dutch, how do you speak Dutch? Well, you know,
Not
you
well.
would say ESL 1, 2, 3.
Hey Shinsuke, welcome to the stream. Just hi to say, Counter and Deedless. Shinsuke, how nice to see you, and you brought us a flower as well. One single flower, Shinsuke. Now we're gonna have to fight between us as to who gets it. Ooh. It's like he's trying to cause trouble. Razor, welcome,
Well,
and Hero
thank
Gaming
you.
Salmon as well.
Yeah, well, cool to have you here, Shinsuke. Hope you're doing mighty fine.
So yes, as Shinsuke said in the chat, it's iOS now rather than Android. If you do head across to the general MC5 page, you'll be able to see when the upcoming tournaments are in your own time. So, 11 o'clock UK time tomorrow for PC, so that is going to be a lot earlier than perhaps you'd be used to. And also Android for November will be, let's see, I want to say just 3 hours after that. We might well run one onto the other then.
That could possibly happen, Confit. We'll have to wait and see how it's all gonna look.
So guys, we'll be bringing you up with the bracket as soon as possible. Shinsuke, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Shinsuke, welcome.
Oh,
Welcome.
gosh.
And Razor, thank you for your well wishes to the whole team. Deedless, I believe on final count we have got 6 teams playing here today. While we wait to see if we can grab some folks in the chat to start us off with some community games, which will be in the chat as well. Oh, Shinsuke, you'll be here tomorrow. Let's just have a quick run through the teams we'll have playing. So, we have got a good amount of Japanese squads. In fact, 4 out of the 6 teams we have playing here today from Japan. We've only got those 2 other teams, Ken XG's team from India and LXM Family from Canada. Now, we don't get many Canadian teams, but we sure do get a lot of Japanese teams.
That's absolutely true, Confit. And you know what? I'm happy to see that all the teams here today from outside of Japan, their families. You have Ken XJ's team. I would assume that then they are Ken XJ's family, and then you have LXM family. So perhaps the bond of friendship and family will be stronger than all the Japanese players in MC5, who are pretty damn strong.
So teams that we'll be trying to keep an eye out for in this particular one, LXM from Canada, and with a smiley waving person as a logo. Not the most intimidating, I have to admit, but it's certainly extremely Canadian.
Well, Confit, sometimes you just need to intimidate your opponents by being nice to them. You need to get inside their head. You know what? I don't see a single better way of getting inside your opponent's head than pulling out a smiley face.
We're also going to have a Poon Company, who have themselves an extremely bizarre logo. Look on the ESL site at your own risk. They are in the newest incarnation of the squad, in which they've only theoretically played one competition, but they did win every single game as part of that. So expect to see Poon Company doing some big things. Sons of Anarchy, the last one of our notable teams in particular, also from Japan. They're probably one of the favourites coming into this one with a very strong recent performance, but they have taken losses to Poon Company and Old Glory in the past. So not unbeatable, but currently on a winning streak.
Absolutely confident. You know, once you are on that winning streak, you will always be a nightmare to play against. The teams will have to pay respect to you, and having momentum is going to just give you so much power in every single way that you could imagine.
So ISL 1, 2, 3. La contraseña, la clave del juego. Do come and join us. Razor, I hope you come in and show off your skill as well. Shinsuke is going to bring us all the spam we can handle, and we are most grateful for that, Shinsuke. Always lovely to see you. How are things going in, I want to say Madrid? If I remember correctly. Madrid, Spain. Do you think I'm right on that one? I can't remember. Hey, it's Morikai's on our squad. I think we're playing against two people who don't actually have anything unlocked as of yet. Ah, it is Madrid. Excellent. I'm so glad I was able to remember. We might need to do a rehost on a smaller map with also some more players who've got some actual unlocks before we get this.
Well, kind of fit. You know, you learn by doing, so... I mean, now you can change that up for the next game.
Razor, you'll be here tomorrow for the PC finals. I'm so very glad to hear it. And Maxwell Gaming, welcome to the stream as well. Lovely to have you along for the ride as we flipping micro turrets. Ooh, they're such big jacks. So I think we have got, yes, we've got Zhal, Nick over on the other side. And we're actually starting to pick up some more folks. So hopefully we'll get ourselves a decent sized game going. Daedalus, have you ever been to Madrid?
I have not.
There we go. Caster holiday time. The most exciting.
Have you ever been to Madrid?
I have not. I hear good things, but I've never been. I've only ever been to Spain very briefly.
Why is that?
I think I went on holiday there with the family. The only thing I really remember is we went during the not hot time, and we stayed in a place with a swimming pool, but it wasn't a heated swimming pool. So, but I was determined that I was going to get some swimming on during the whole day. So I nearly froze to death using a swimming pool outside in the Spanish winter.
Well, is the Spanish winter that is that cold? I can imagine it would be like fairly warm.
It's probably not as cold as it could be, but at night when there's no sun in a swimming pool, it gets very cold.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, by all means, it's not. It's certainly not as bad as it could be in a lot of places. So yes, let's catch up. So tomorrow it will be. For both tournaments, it will be November to December. So that's going to be more high stakes competition on Android and iOS. Currently, only Android is the one that gets the cash prizes. I'll have a quick check and see actually what piece they've gone off. But they don't always update this. No, it's not fully up to date. But it will basically just be as many MC5 in-game credits as you could possibly imagine. It's normally, I believe, I want to say 30,000 maybe?
That sounds about right.
So that will be multiplied up by 2. It's just November to December. So 2 months. Nick, shot us in the back. What a scam.
That's not very nice of you, Nick. I mean, we should shoot Nick in the back now.
You mean maintain the cycle of violence? What a great idea.
Yeah.
Laszlo, Lelo. I see you falling foul of Nightbot in the chat. You have to watch out for, what did you do? Spamming caps? Yes, so if you include too many caps in a given message, then you will be timed out very briefly. But don't worry, unless you keep doing the same thing, you won't get into any real trouble. I think it only goes up by a small amount each time. Shucks, we are getting absolutely smashed here. I was doing alright earlier on today, but maybe we're just playing against even better players than last time. So the guys, do come and join ESL 1, 2, 3. We'll be getting onto ESL action in just a little bit as our players compete for those $1,000. Soon we'll be getting back to the regularly scheduled tournaments, which will have the normal size prizes, but will be much more regular. So we're still trying to catch up. We should be trying the tier 7 and tier 4 of the Bounty Hunter. I'm trying to remember what those are. Shinsuke, can you tell us a little bit about why we should be trying those weapons? Shucks! We managed to kick out everyone but the person we're looking for. Bokuzan, Ohio gozaimasu. Oha, how's it going? Bokuzan and Iron Gaming. The COG and the PR39. That's, oh, which one is better? Oh, I think they're useful for different things. The COG, I think the COG gets better the quicker you can, the better you can quick scope and headshot. Whereas, I think the PR39 is a little better at closer ranges.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Of course, the Bramson is better still.
Well, I mean, aren't you a big fan of the Shred?
I mean, everyone is. It's a good gun. It's a lot of fun. You get shot, and you'll be done. I think it is around the same as the Hauser, but I think it might be a little bit better. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is between the two. Also, nice moustache there for Dua Lipa.
Are you a big fan of mustaches, kind of it?
Not generally, but if one is pretty outrageous, that's when I'm kind of like, okay, now you have my attention.
Okay.
Alright, let's go and quickly get a bounty hunter set up. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Nothing. I wish you had a mustache, my friend.
But why?
Well, you are a handsome dude.
In that case, you should want to see more of my beautiful face, instead of less. There we go, so the Maelstrom shotgun. Let's just remind myself what the Maelstrom's deal is. Oh, we doesn't actually have anything pretty interesting going on. Oh, I think I remember this. So that's the Maelstrom is the tier 4, and the tier 7 is the ERG. I think I'll go for the ERG. I think I prefer the ERG as a kind of like a sort of sniper rifle. 4 times zoom, a lot more practical.
I don't. To be fair, kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you've never performed that well with a sniper rifle.
What are you trying to say?
You suck.
No, you. Guys, let's get
with a sniper rifle.
Let's go across ESL 1, 2, 3. I like to hear the chat's opinion. Iron Gaming is saying Maelstrom is so OP, huh? Alright. We'll buy it. Let's give it a try.
Oh, good luck, kind of it.
Why is it? I want to know why it's OP though, rather than just being told it is. I don't know, it's not that obvious, but let's give it a go. Alright, ESL 1, 2, 3, we're going to be headed to the streets to give ourselves a cozy little slice of atmosphere. The game is up.
Well, still, as I said, kind of it. Good luck. You will need it, bro.
So Iron Gaming. Apparently the Maelstrom shotgun is not only a very interestingly named weapon, because, you know, you don't want to have like the slight breeze shotgun or the tickler. Actually, that would be a great name for a gun. Hey, Masterword TV, welcome to the stream. We're about to try out the tickler shotgun, courtesy of Iron Gaming YouTube. So apparently we're supposed to headshot people. It was my understanding, dealers, and perhaps I'm wrong in this, but it was my understanding that with a shotgun, that's the, you know, you shouldn't need to headshot people because it's a shotgun.
Well, MC5 doesn't work the same as the real life, my friend.
What are you trying to say? We're inside a simulation.
Yes, this is the Matrix, my friend.
Ah.
Well, I'm just saying that sometimes you're gonna have to get used to the fact that in real life you need to headshot people. Sorry, you don't need to headshot people, but in MC5 you're gonna have to headshot people because it just does more damage.
Michael Thompson, what game is this? Is it on mobile? You are currently watching Modern Combat 5 Blackout Esports FPS. It's a free game on PC, Android, and iOS. And we're currently playing on iOS, so if you happen to have an Apple device, you can join in with that. Otherwise, at times which I'll link in the chat right now, will be on Android and PC tomorrow. So whatever platform you are on, you'll have a chance to play with us live on stream. Saud, you're coming to play and carry easy. Not when you're coming up against our tickly shotgun, you're not.
Well, you know, kind of it. Carrying sometimes is easy, my friend.
Alright, we got everyone in. Let's start it up. So, D-less, call out. We're going to do this. We're going to play it by pool rules.
Okay.
So, how many headshots am I going to get in this game with my tickler shotgun?
Ooh.
Well, that actually fires really fast.
I'm gonna give you 3.
3 headshots, huh?
Yes.
Alright. We're the bounty hunter. We're armed with not just a shotgun, but with the knowledge and support of you guys from the stream. We get our first kill. We are not with any of our teammates. We should probably just run back and get to them. Alright, so someone's not coming around this corner.
Counterfeit, we have a code.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Which match is it for?
LXM Family and Sons of Anarchy.
Alrighty then. Alright guys, so we'll be heading across in a second. Let's jump out of here. I'm going to leave you guys to it. ESL 123, you can still come and play that one while we get into this first game. We'll get set up with my eyes in the sky. Zansen. Yes, Modern Combat 5 is what it's called. That's what you can find it under in any of the app stores of your choosing. If you're on PC, you can find it on Steam. You can find it on the Windows Store as well. They're both the same game. So you can get it on your platform of choice.
Are you sure it's the same game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Why, do you know something I don't?
How sure is pretty sure?
It's a little bit more sure than kinda sure, but it's a little less sure than totally sure.
Well, I see where you're going.
I'm most glad. So LXM versus the Sons of Anarchy. This should be a pretty good opening match, as we mentioned before. LXM, they've done pretty well for themselves. Our Canadian representatives here today. As, oh, hello. It looks like maybe that lobby has gone the way of a dodo. Okay, well, I think we're probably going to have to wait a little bit before it's fully live. Deedless,
Okay.
could you have a bit of a dig in and see if you can find out which is the first map we're going to be going to?
I can indeed, and you know what? We're gonna go to the streets for the first map.
Okay, good. It is in the right place. So guys, we've dropped the bracket into the chat. In fact, let's take a look through at the bracket right now. Whew. Transitions.
Oh my god, Counterfeit, how did you do that?
I used foul magics.
Foul magics?
Yes.
How can I learn this ability?
You have to use a chicken.
Do I have to like sacrifice it at the altar of the sun god?
No, you just have to make friends with it.
Oh, okay.
So as you can see on stream, first seed and second seed AXD Gaming and the Gabaman Empire, which is what I'm told by Google Translate is what this means, will be getting a bye through the first round. LXM family and the Sons of Anarchy will be fighting for a place against AXD Gaming, whereas Poon Company and Ken XJ's team, the family affair, will be taking place as the lower quarterfinals, then leading on to facing off against the Government Empire. And then, of course, the grand finals is where it all comes together and we get ourselves our real big prizes all worked out.
Oh, absolutely, Counterfeit. So the teams, they are going to be playing their hearts out to get into the very deep ends of this tournament. And for LXM family, it all starts right here by taking out one of those Japanese teams and one of those teams that we are expecting to win this one.
We're getting into our opening and quarter-final bout in just a few seconds more. But do let us know if there's any particular teams or games you'd like to see taking place, then we'll do our best to get hold of them, but we need to know from you guys if there are particular teams that you want to see portrayed live on stream. So there we go, the Sons of Anarchy over on the left hand side, LXM over on the right. The first step towards those €1,000, or no, $1,000. I need to change the sign there.
Yeah, that's dollars, my friend.
I do apologize.
But it's all right, you know. You work with pounds, so obviously it's a whole new system to you. Those dollar signs doesn't look like pounds at all.
It all gets so very confusing.
I could imagine.
So let's have a look. Oh no, they've switched to route again. There we go.
Darn it.
So
Let's kick them in the butt.
Oh no.
To say that it's not alright.
So
that they need to behave.
Let's dive a little bit more
Okay.
into the LXM and Sons of Anarchy squads who we're going to be seeing taking to the field here. For the Sons of Anarchy, they've been around in this particular form only for about 3 months or so. But in their last couple of tournaments, they've done very well. I believe they were actually the winners of the Blue October Finals, taking out LXM family, Unstoppable Fish, and Old Glory along the way. That's a pretty impressive thing to pull off.
Oh, absolutely. That's a lot of great teams that they took out. So that is definitely quite a feat to brag home about.
If we look across to LXM, they've specifically lost against Sons of Anarchy in the last monthly finals, the October monthly finals. Of course, the Sons of Anarchy, as you just said, went on to win the whole darn thing. So that's nothing to be ashamed of. Before that point, the LXM family had won previous tournaments. In fact, their 2 most recent losses have both been to the Sons of Anarchy. So there's a huge opportunity here for LXM to not only get revenge, but knock out their biggest competition in the whole tournament in their opening match.
Oh wow, Counterfeit. You are setting the stakes pretty damn high, so these teams, they have a lot to live up to now. We're just gonna have to wait and see if they will live up to the expectations that you're setting for them. Obviously, a lot on the line, and these two teams, they're now into this lobby, so we should be getting this on the way very, very soon. See if it's going to be Psycho Tombo and Sons of Anarchy, or LXM and Barry that's going to be picking up this win.
From the Sons of Anarchy side of things, the players to keep your eyes on in particular are Saku Tombo. When last recorded record for them was 12-6. Very, very impressive stuff for LXM. Got a lot to prove. This is a finals quality match in our first game of the day. Do show your support for the definite underdogs, LXM family, with a 0-2 record against the Sons of Anarchy coming in right now. Let's see if third time's the charm.
Well, Counterfeit, you know, it is a saying, so perhaps it will be, but, you know, it's all gonna come out to this. Sons of Anarchy, Counterfeit, are they from the United Kingdom? Have we been saying they're
as you'd
when,
say
when
that.
did you get enrolled in the Japanese Empire?
I mean, I've always been.
Or is it? I'm not sure. What's the official name of Japan? It is Japan.
Okay, well that was a worthwhile insight for sure.
Well, I was like thinking, okay, it could be like the French Republic, where it's like the French Republic. But
Let's
apparently it's
move
just
on.
Japan.
Let's move on.
Anyway, yes, Japan. They're fighting right now for their lives against Canada.
So let's take a look at some of those numbers. So Saku Tombo, we pointed out before, as one of the players to watch, doing pretty well to start things off. But it's already starting to look a little bit shaky for the Canadian squad. You can see the friendly wave is apparently not being respected by the Japanese opponents, the Sons of Anarchy. If we check in with, let's see. Iluk is currently the score leader for the sides of the Sons of Anarchy. 6-3 so far, with the heavily scoped Cogv looking to try and stick around the outside of the action. Takes the duel, but actually loses out to LXM sniper rifle.
It's such a close game and such a fast-paced game so far, Counterfeit. 15 kills more or less on the two sides, and we've only seen 1 minute and 45 seconds of gameplay. LXM, they're keeping up here with the Sons of Anarchy. We know that these Japanese teams, they like to set the pace. They're all about business. They come in, they fight, they go fast, and they just get into the head of their opponents, because they just also open up for these matches so fast between every single game. So for LXM to go toe-to-toe with Sons of Anarchy, I will say is a very good sign for them.
I'm really struggling to find anyone who's staying up for more than a couple of seconds. You're entirely right. This is a brutal affair to start us off. Despite the brutality though, it's still a very even affair. The Sons of Anarchy and LXM, they are barely separated by more than a couple of points for the last minute or so. They're racing up the scoreboard. Let's try and see if we can figure out who's the one to watch. Nab OP, the number 5 for the LXM squad, rocking the shred. Currently their top scorer is going to go 1v2. Nab and Barry pick up kills. LXM now in the lead.
But only for a short period of time, Counterfeit, as they just again fall a bit behind against Sons of Anarchy, but pick up that lead again. Now 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. They're still even, they're still butting heads, no one coming out ahead.
See Barry trying to work their way around the outside. Sons of Anarchy starting to fall a little bit behind here. And I think we might see that prompt the Japanese squad to start turning on the gas here. As LXM, they've broken it through to the 40s. They're getting worryingly close to a first game win over tournament favourite Sons of Anarchy. This will be a massive upset for LXM. And a real confidence booster against a team they have yet to beat.
It's just so crazy, Counterfeit, how this game has developed. But now Sons of Anarchy, here towards the end, they pick up the slack. And suddenly, they're only 3 kills away from winning this entire match. LXM, they fall behind towards the end. It's unfortunate. They fought well. Sons of Anarchy, they could close this with only 2 more kills.
Sakai grabs one of those kills. AFG still going full force as inside Barry goes 1v1, picks up the first kill. Number 5 drops as well as Nabo P, but it's too late. LXM, they lose out by a mere 3 points. A good comeback towards the end. It ended out a lot closer than it looked like it was going to.
Absolutely counterfeit, but I will say this was such a banger of a match. LXM and Sons of Anarchy, they were so close throughout everything, and I don't think you have seen a match so fast-paced, but where the teams, they actually still were so even.
And as we look at the scores there is nobody who managed to really break out massively. Sakutombo, as you mentioned right back from the start, did get probably, looks like, a shared, equally decent KDA along with Who Am I, but across the teams you can see there's so few differences between kills and deaths. You can see there's some disappointed faces in the chat to see Sons of Anarchy win that first one. I think LXM managed to bring a lot of people around to supporting them, as they made a very convincing case for being a team who could upset Sons of Anarchy here.
Well, you know what, Counterfeit? This was quite the performance here from LXM, I will say. So even though they go 1 game up, sorry, not LXM go 1 game up, Sons of Anarchy, they go 1 game up, they have to be afraid of LXM going into game number 2.
Alright guys, we will be bringing you that game number 2 as soon as it is available. Our quarterfinals are starting off fantastically well, but we've got another opportunity for you guys to head on to stream. ESL 123. The passkey, la clave del juego, la contraseña, ESL 123, ESL 123. Do come and join us. Show us what you're made of. We will be getting back into our regularly scheduled weekly competition before too much longer. The point of all the finals this weekend is to bring us up to date. And once that happens, we'll have our qualifiers and monthly finals as usual.
Well, Counterfeit, I just let our admin know, Nessie, our admin for today, that Sons of Anarchy, they want game number 2. And if I know the Japanese teams correctly, then we're gonna have another game in just a second, because they are always super fast.
That tends to be the case. Certainly not ones to waste time are some of our top teams. If any of you guys watching this are wondering how you could get involved, I will drop a link through to the ESL Discord where you can pick up some players from the recruitment channel, or if you indeed are looking for a team for yourself, that's the place to look right now. That's discord.gg/ESL Modern Combat. The link is in the chat as well. Aliango, can you win if you join, or how does it work? So the teams that are playing here today came through their weekly qualifiers to get to the monthly finals. So you can't play in the ESL ones, because those are invitation only. You can, however, play live on the stream, as we're just about to get one of those self-same games started. Oh. Okay, we need some extra players in, because 2 of the blue team left just as I was starting. So this is going to be rather one-sided.
Well, Counterfeit, if it's you against 2 players, then sure, it's going to be very one-sided.
I'm assuming that was intended to be rude, but I don't know quite how that works.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, we're getting to a very late point here in Denmark. I'm very tired. So I think my burns from now on are just going to be more and more silly and not understandable. But we do have a code, my friend.
Well, that's what we thought was going to happen. So, guys, ESL 123. I want to shoot someone. Is that so much to ask?
Well, shoot them then.
There we go. Wow, this shotgun is pretty good, actually. Alright, let's get out of here. Joaquin Candida, you got banned from ESL. Oh no. What shenanigans did you do?
That is, well, I don't know what to say. Again, it's too late over here.
So guys, we'll be getting on to our next ESL quarter-final match in just a second. As you guys are aware, the TOE squad playing under the alternate name here as the LXM teams. We've got, I mean, our teams, you know, they play, several of our teams do play by different names, or at least the individual players will play on different squads. But as you'll notice as we get back into the pre-game lobby, that the LXM team, I think they might actually all be tagged TOE. So I don't actually know why they're not playing under that team name, but I don't know, maybe someone else can give us the lowdown.
Well, perhaps they can. Perhaps they can, but now... oh wait, I think I remember this because we were talking about this a while back, and I figured out that that LXM, and I've just figured it out again. If you go onto LXM's page as LXM, the player, and look under the teams that they have, there's a team called Fury of Everything.
Aha! That makes perfect sense.
And they have a picture of some... Okay, that's a very rude picture. I'm not even going to tell you what that picture is about.
Excellent. I think that's a fine decision you've made there. So time for game number 2 of our quarterfinals. This is, of course, the upper quarterfinals, which will be leading up to a confrontation for whoever wins out ultimately with our number 1 seed, AXD Gaming. Hoon Company has already made it through to face up against the Government Empire in the lower semi-finals, so it's very likely we'll be following the winner of this series up into the upper finals to face up against AXD.
Oh. Kind of it. In order to get there, first of all, LXM are gonna have to lose one more game to Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy coming out with a lot of heat, though, to begin with, already having a 2-kill lead and having found themselves 8 kills in total within the first minute.
A very strong start for the Sons of Anarchy. They're holding up in this fort up top. The top right of the map, a very, very popular camping spot. You've got great sight over the lower bounds there, and very limited access points. Sons of Anarchy doubling up on the LXM score. The last game chosen by only 3 points separating the two teams. LXM looking a lot less confident in this second map.
They're not able to go toe-to-toe at all with LXM. Sorry, with SOA this time around. Oh, wow.
I see what you did there.
Touché, my friend, touché. But they are behind 10 kills so far. Sons of Anarchy putting the pedal to the metal and showing LXM that the Fury of Everything, they have that recipe in their hands. Or at least the Fury of how to win games in MC5.
This theory is certainly being put to the test here. Zara getting a couple of kills there. 9 and 2 on the shred. Real nasty stuff, and is just so far proven to be pretty much unstoppable. Checking those stats, so we see 7 kills from the Sons of Anarchy over just from using their military support alone. I think the Japanese squad, they really know how to press an advantage. And LXM, they've not even had an advantage this whole game long.
Well, they did in game number 1, kind of fit, and you know what? It feels like this game, game number 1, just totally took the breath away from LXM. They gave it their all, but they got denied the victory that they were so hungry for. And now, they just don't know how to make that comeback as Barry finds a double kill right there.
Very nicely played. LXM there with the shotgun. Tries to go for the reload, but Nabo P comes in from the side. Very nice cleanup play there. And it almost brings LXM back into it. The LXM squad certainly game for a fight here. Sons of Anarchy, they look like they are pretty much set up for the win here. They're still dropping down the air support from the sky. The kills are still pouring in. The Canadian team are almost out of time.
It would be such a huge loss to this tournament if one of the only Japanese teams they are about to go out in the first round kind of fit. But with that being said, if you can't compete with Japanese teams, you're not going to get very far into the tournament. Right now, Sons of Anarchy, they're just showing us that they are the better team.
Yes, the Anarchists almost done here. We can see Iluk and Zara both doing a really good job. As the last fight begins, Sakutomo and the rest charging in, just absolutely smashing into each other. LXM, who give them this, they never gave an inch up until the very end of the game, but that will be the end of their tournament run. So one of the very few non-Japanese teams has been knocked out, and from this point forwards, every remaining team is Japanese.
Congratulations to Sons of Anarchy with such a dominant performance here in game number 2. They deserve to go up against AXD Gaming in the upper semi-final. You know what? As you said, kind of it, we will have at least... wait, no, that's not right. My math is not checking in. I was about to say that we will have at least one Japanese team in the grand final, but I mean, it's true. With only 4 teams left and only 2 of them can get into the grand final. I mean, we will have at least one Japanese team in the grand final.
That is a logical conclusion from having 4 Japanese teams left in the tournament. I do agree. You're so right, dealers. And it's only right that we should get you guys back onto stream once again to see which of you watching the stream here today could compete against our Japanese superstar squads. ESL 1, 2, 3. Let's get this next game started as we wait for upper semi-final that will pit the Sons of Anarchy against AXD Gaming. Lots more fantastic MC5 to come, but we need you guys to come and step up now as, hey, it's Gladiator Games and Sin on YouTube. How are you guys doing? Akbaba MC5, good to see ya in the stream as well. ESL 123, ESL 123, do come and join us. Gladiator Games, what's new with you?
Well, what is new with you, kind of it?
Wait, you're not Gladiator Games?
Well, I could be Gladiator Games. Have you ever seen Gladiator Games and I in the same room?
You're right. I knew it.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Of course I'm right. Of course I'm right, mate. What are you gonna do about it?
It's 3 PM in France. Yes, for tomorrow's Android competition. Again, I'll send you guys through the link to the main MC5 page. I believe if you're logged in, you'll be able to see tomorrow's tournament times in your local time, which will help alleviate some of the confusion. But yes, 2 o'clock tomorrow if you're in the UK, 3 o'clock if you're on European time. As I think we've got ourselves a teammate for this 2v2, and once they join, then we'll be getting on to the battlefield.
Well, kind of it. Getting onto the battlefield is what I live for, my friend. It is what I live for. So, are you ready to go into the battlefield?
I think I am. Hey, it's Type 25. Welcome to the stream. Now, dealers, do you remember Type 25 before? They went off like crazy. They were really, really good.
Yeah, they absolutely murdered everyone on the stream. So, I mean, like, I would be scared to have to go up against them.
Alright, so we're going to be keeping to trying out our Maelstrom shotgun, which seems to have a pretty ridiculous rate of fire. So yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it, guys. Do come and join us, ESL123, Razor, and everyone else as we follow Burka and who's our teammate there? Murakai. We're going to keep very closely cohered together. Whoops. We accidentally went past our opponent there. Man, this thing's... The Maelstrom's got a really ludicrous clip size for a shotgun and fire rate. I'm assuming it's nowhere near as powerful as other shotguns in terms of one shot, one kill, but it looks like you're firing about 2 or 3 shots in the time that someone would be normally firing one.
Well, I mean, sometimes that happens. That you find these ridiculously OP guns kind of thing. But does it do a lot of damage? That's the question then. Just because it has a huge clip and shoots fast, it probably doesn't do a lot of damage then. So you probably need to land, what, like 75% of the clip in order to kill someone? Actually, never mind, that was ridiculous.
Well, I think I did headshot. I didn't
stand
kill.
corrected, my friend.
News 15 Maze. I'll leave it to Sinon. Oh, I didn't actually realise it was French. To put it in French in a understandable way, rather than me trying to read out French, which I don't really know. I've just kind of. I think I took like a low-level course in French. I did enjoy it, but I don't think I was ever particularly good at it. Oh, we used to be changing out our supports for. There we go. Whee!
Wee! Woo! Hey.
Oh no, there's someone behind us. The passkey. Okay, I can't really follow what anyone's saying in French as much as I couldn't follow what people were saying in German, but it sounds like you guys are totally fine. So I'll just leave it at it. Let's go grab all these people's weapons and get the diamond dust without having to actually earn it the proper way. I think we're doing alright. 5 and 5? Yeah, the Maelstrom seems like actually a pretty good gun for us because it's got the large clip size which we need to actually ever hit anyone. But it's also got a lot of killing power.
Well, I'm happy that you found something that works for you. They just need to, like, keep it up.
Keep it up, huh?
Yeah, don't screw it up, my friend.
Oops. Oh, super. I should really go somewhere a little bit safer to airstrike. I do enjoy actually getting the opportunity to use the kill streaks. It doesn't happen very often.
And we have a passkey comfort.
But I'm having so much fun. Actually, let me just have a quick check and see how the lobby is looking before we jump out of here. Let's see. So our passkey is.
I'm not sure it's for. I'm not sure. It's for AXD Gaming, and it sounds funky.
Alright, I'll keep an eye on that lobby. It looks like it hasn't got all of its players in as of yet. Yeah, man, this... I don't know how I've not tried out this Maelstrom before, but it certainly seems to suit me pretty well.
You know what, kind of, it's sometimes it's just about finding something that works for you and then just sticking with it.
Well, this feels very, very strong.
Well,
thank you guys.
Stick with it then.
Okay, it looks like actually the lobby's pretty much ready to go, so let's jump out of here. But yeah, thank you guys for the suggestion. We're definitely going to be making a lot more use of that Maelstrom. But my big question is, it seems to be a good gun. Why are people not using this in ASL then?
Well, I do not know.
Why, Deedless?
Perhaps they haven't picked up on how OP it is.
Well, guys, let them know. So, again, behind the scenes, Nessie is running things for you guys, making sure the tournament goes forward. So let's jump into our next lobby. Have we had confirmation as to which teams this is relating to?
The passkey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you it's HD Gaming versus Sons Funky.
Ah, alright. I got a little confused because of all them different names, so...
Well, you know, I mean, that probably happens a lot.
So we've got the... There you go. Sons of Anarchy over on the left-hand side. Let's get the everything updated. Game number 1 of the upper semi-finals. From this point out, all of our teams are hailing from Japan. Hopefully some of them will be using those maelstroms. As, I think they might have started without us actually.
Wait.
Yep, it's ongoing.
Feels bad, but I'll let Nessie know.
Alright, well in that case, we'll get into game number 2 instead. It looks like maybe we were a little bit late, and they were too eager to get things underway. So let's go to Scramble for our... Actually no, we've been doing that a few times, haven't we? Museum. Ha 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 ha. I don't think we've actually done that today. So ESL 123, do come and join. Guys, the games you don't know English. I think Glides the Games, we've been able to talk in English before, I'm pretty sure. But I've kind of found like when people say they don't know a language, like that can mean of quite a lot of range from I'm not confident in the language to I literally don't speak any words of it. So Razor's saying we played the Maelstrom against Nabs and that's why we think it's OP. I mean, that's totally possible. I didn't really check the credentials of the people we were shooting in the face. But I think we get some pretty decent people playing these games.
Well, to be fair, kind of, you aren't matching up with ESL players, but I don't think we can like blame it all on quote-unquote nabs. I mean, like, sure, like if people they don't move as efficiently as ESL pros do, then it's easier to kill them with a shotgun. But I mean, if everyone is at the same level, then I think the shotgun would still be good.
Yeah, I think so. Like, it seems to be pretty effective. Like, I don't know. A Gladiator, you're going to take an English course. That's really cool. I should take a Spanish course. Maybe we should teach each other. Alright, we got White Death and Leak OG. That's a pretty different name.
Well, you know what? Kind of it. Sometimes different names they appear. You know, your name is kind of it. My name is Daedalus. That's different names, my friend.
You are not wrong.
Hey, thank you. That's the first time that I'm not wrong.
Gladiator Games is using Google Translate. That explains.
Imagine not being wrong for the first time in your life.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Why are you so mean?
Hey, I'm not a meme.
Why are you a meme? Guys, ESL 1, 2, 3, want to come and taste the Maelstrom and prove that it's down to us finding a gun that's actually pretty alright. I mean, I don't know. I suspect you probably have to be fighting at pretty close ranges for any kind of shotgun to be really worthwhile.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
I mean, that worked pretty well.
There's still what, like, shotguns that in MC5 are good at range.
Let's see. Adan Hussein, Maelstrom still rocks to get easy shots. I mean, yeah, it's certainly not going to stop the same thing happening, which is just getting instant shot by snipers. And it doesn't also stop us aiming atrociously. But I think when we're actually getting into fights which are relatively, like, even. Like, that was a terrible fight, for instance.
But yeah, like, if you can get into even fights, then that shotgun will be a good item for you, man.
Oh, no. Alright, well, fortunately, I think we've been picking up stuff as we go. So, let's...
I'm crossing my fingers for you. I believe in you, kind of fit. You can do this. Show them who's the boss. Come on, man. Show them. Show them.
I don't seem to be the boss.
You're the boss. You just need to show them.
Alright, so we need to use the terrain to actually try and get semi-close to people. I mean, I guess it's always going to be, like, can you play close-range weaponry effectively?
Well,
I don't know,
can you counterfeit? That's my question then.
Oh man, we are not doing well. We were doing really well before, and now maybe doubt has crept in. I'm not sure. Oh, gun just fell to the floor. You see, the time to kill there is pretty short. I think what we need to do is we need to find a buddy. We need to stick with them because we are running into two people too often. Maybe it's just because the Maelstrom is good on certain maps, but it's where you can, you know, it's easier to get up close to people, but maybe it's just not generally good enough.
Well, the museum isn't, well, like, exactly a map where you can get close to people. It is, after all, a fairly open map. The corridors are so long, so that is never going to be super helpful.
What? Yes, Razor, we've got to be making use of...
Oh, we have a passkey again. Sorry, Confit, to interrupt you.
Okay, let's have a quick check and see. Do we know who won the first one?
I do not believe I do, but I can ask.
Alright, I'll check in on that lobby. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's just been set up, so we'll stick in here for a little bit. Gosh. Sorry for any motion sickness that may have caused just there, as I completely lost control of my IBAN. Shucks! Oh, no, we won. Okay. Whew. Okay, it looks like the players are pretty much ready to get back into things, so we'll update you guys as soon as we're aware of who won game number 1. But for now, we'll be headed into the second game of the upper semi-final. Hopefully, dealers, we'll find our soulmate in game number 2. And then, we'll be running a Maelstrom.
Well, I'm crossing my fingers for you, Mr. Boomer. Let's see if you can actually find someone that runs the same weapon as you.
Okay, Boomdog.
Okay, Boomer. Oh wait. Oh
no!
Did you hear that?
Sounds like your phone was listening in on you the whole time.
Yeah, that was my Sonar's speaker. In fact, I said, "Okay, Google." There we go again.
Oh man,
it just wants to be a part of the broadcast, kind of it.
Oh, actually, I think I can just ask in the chat. Who won game 1? And hopefully,
Nessie is asking as well. But you know, my speaker just said that it can't help with that, unfortunately.
Well, that's doubly helpful that it can't help, and you've also told us about the fact that it can't help.
So no help from from the good old speaker.
Thank you for telling me again.
Well, you are welcome, my friend.
Osama over on Twitch, welcome to the stream. Most of our guys chatting are over in the YouTube stream if you want to check it out. Osama 3 Wilani. But you're, of course, more than welcome to watch on Twitch as well, just in case you want some company while you enjoy our $1,000 blue finals here today. So, AXD and Sons of Anarchy taking to the field. I think... Oh, have we got... No. Let's see, did they come back and ask? Sons of Anarchy won game number 1. Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to let Nessie know. Alright, so we're waiting on our next game coming through. Sons of Anarchy. So if I'm correct about this, the Sons of Anarchy have yet to taste even a single game's defeat so far. AXD, the only thing standing between them and our grand finals, where they have got enough credits, enough dollars to maybe build themselves, I don't know, maybe they could make a little boat for their whole team to float around in and play MC5.
A boat to float around in.
Mimad Bashki, or Bakshi, $1,000. Yes, we have. This is effectively a doubles final. So each finals is a $500 prize. This is 2 finals smushed together, and therefore the prizes are doubled up as we head into game 2. Sons of Anarchy and AXD Gaming, both from Japan. And with only 1 spot available in the grand finals, will the Sons of Anarchy maintain their unbeaten record?
Well, it's time to see that kind of it. The Sons of Anarchy. I believe that... Wait, is that their... No, that's the wrong logo kind of it.
Oh, okay,
right
that
now.
changed post-haste.
I was like, Sons of Anarchy, they aren't that friendly. They aren't that nice. They don't smile that much. They don't wave to people. They just shoot them and kill them.
Yes, the leftovers from LXM family who put up such a stunning performance before while managing to maintain a good amount of friendliness. Sakitomo, nice floor bang there. Great use of the grenades. Their area of effect passing it partially through the floor. If you've got a good inkling of where the opponent is, then you can take them out from relative safety.
That is true, kind of it. But right now we're looking at Sagotombo trying to go for those floor bangs. Can't find anything but sour and vodka. Can find a bit of, well, kills here and there. Onion will, however, get the first kill, second kill, sorry, for AXD. But Sons of Anarchy is still on a tear.
Sons of Anarchy, tons of kills flowing into their coffers. Up 9-3, trebling AXD's early score. Sakutomo just effortless with that grenade. With the shotgun. Of course, the grenade launcher is available as the backup weapon. It's good to see we are seeing those shotguns coming to the fore. Come on, guys, maelstroms. That's what we want to see. As Tom1904 asks why the players are not using prestige weapons. That's because the players decided that it was more fun if they didn't. And so far it's working out pretty well. It's because everybody's using tier 7 and below weapons and tier 3 and below armor, which is all rules that the community came up with themselves. That's what you get, what you see right now. I think it works pretty well.
I think it makes the game more balanced as well. When everyone can use the same equipment, obviously some weapons will be stronger than others, like you always see people run with that Cock V, but at least it's not a one-shot, one-kill type of weapon. So it makes it a bit more classy, a bit more balanced, if you will say it that way. And Sakutambo finally finds that floor bang.
It manages to make it happen all over again. Very smart play. A lot of the heavy players you'll see with the grenade launcher, the Slack will pretty much guarantee themselves a kill. It's very, very hard to deny that much damage, especially when it's AoE as well. As Sakutombo doing some shotgun sniping. That's what you said you wanted to see, D-List, and you shall go to the ball.
Well, I am fortunate, kind of it. I am fortunate, but you know what? AXD, not very fortunate at all. Sitting at 9 kills, it feels like a very slow game, despite SOA having 23 kills so far. AXD just not being able to fight back. They're not finding kills for themselves. Therefore, like the intake of kills right now is just so slow that the pace is, or with the pace that we're setting right now, I think we're gonna run the timer down.
It does look like AXD are struggling to get the kills onto the board to drive up that score. Sons of Anarchy, they are exactly where they want to be right now. Every one of these fights we can see the Anarchists winning out pretty comfortably. Ruse, the Cobra, does manage to grab a couple of kills, but even if the game goes entirely even at this point, AXD, they have got a ludicrously huge mountain to climb here in the semi-finals. They're down a game. They're now down 26 kills. Ruse and Onion, they're going to try their darndest, but I think the damage has already been done.
I think so too, but now Vodka trying to make that comeback happen. AXD finding kills here and there, but Engrave on memory. The player that is right now being boxed in. Sagutombo finds another kill onto Onion. Sagutombo right now sitting at 12 and 3 kind of it. As we highlighted, the star player here for SOA, and everyone needs to respect the fact that Sagutombo will carry this team to the victory line if they're allowed to do that.
We said before, they were one of the players to watch for the Sons of Anarchy. Just absolutely brutal stuff here, as the Sons of Anarchy are this close to booking that ticket to the Grand Finals. 43-32. Exactly the kind of performance you want to put on when you want to put the fear into your last round opponents. As Tom904 isn't a fan of the weapons that are being used here. Give it a chance, Tom. Give it a chance. Admittedly, it's not as crazy as a Dread-Eye with its bouncing bullets, but honestly, I think that's ultimately a good thing.
I think so too, kind of it. But Sons of Anarchy about to finish out this game. One more kill will do it. There we go. Sagutombo, the big carry, finding that last kill for Sons of Anarchy. That's going to put them into the grand final alongside Poon Company, who also won 2-0 in their lower semifinals. So, one hell of a strong grand final lineup. We're going to have ourselves kind of 2 undefeated teams so far matching up.
That's all going to change at the end of this next game. The Sagutombo's definitely proving themselves. 16-5. That is a gnarly score. Ruse, we've seen around the block more than a few times. Did almost as well, but took a lot more deaths along the way. Hopefully see a lot more of them. As guys, we prepare ourselves for our $1,000 finals. We want you to come on stream and give us a performance worthy of such a big number. Let's head to the rooftops, because I think we can maybe find close enough quarters to make the Maelstrom work. I think it was the streets before, wasn't it?
Good luck. Is all I can say.
Alright guys, so do come and join us. Yes, and Hero Gaming Sun makes a good point as well. For anyone like Tom who's new to the stream, we play our community games by as close an approximation of the ESL rules as we can. It's just to kind of create some sort of consistency between the games. And honestly, I think it's a really good way to play MC5. It definitely would take some getting used to if you're, if you're used to grinders and Dread-Eyes and things. But what it ends up doing is it means a lot more weapons are usable, are viable, because they're not being overshadowed by just, the very best weapon in the game. So you'll see people playing, 4, even 5 different classes on a given team, and that's a pretty good sign that the current rules are working as intended.
Well, you know what, kind of it. I agree with you. And I like having that consistency, being able to see how the ESL rules they transition over into our custom games, and how the teams and the players can feel like they're always a part of MC5.
Who am I? And driver, welcome. Let's grab ourselves another buddy from the chat. Maxwell Gaming, welcome back once again. I hope you're doing well. Hero Gaming Simon, how are things in Florida? I hope you have not got eaten by a gator. That happens in Florida.
Are you sure?
I read about it somewhere. Oh, actually, so this is something which is kind of like, which you might well know, but just in case you don't, and for any of you guys in the audience who don't know, there's Florida, and I'm sure Hero Gaming Simon knows this, has some of the most relaxed laws about reporting, like privacy laws, I think. So the reason why you always hear about Florida man or Florida woman doing something weird is because in Florida you don't have the same kind of level of protection against sort of having your stuff spread around. So that's where all the weird stories come from. They do happen in other places, but they just don't get reported in the same way. Born Legacy would like an invite. You don't need an invite. We've got a global chat invite, but if you use the passkey ESL123, ESL123, you can come and join us. That contrasenya, that passkey will bring you directly into our game. Even now it's underway, as we are trying to find someone to shoot at, but unfortunately, people just don't seem to be obliging.
Well, I mean, it does seem fairly normal that people are not interested in being shot.
Wow, yeah, the our shotgun really did not work at long range. Oh, Hero Gaming Simon, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll have to look it up to get the finer details of that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Florida just has, like, I think there are laws against reporting certain things in the press, which Florida just don't have. Okay, so in that last exchange, I didn't get a kill, but I feel like my actual play was pretty good. As in, I used the terrain to block line of sight while I was reloading, and move around it in such a way that the opponent didn't end up just, you know, be able to walk around and shoot us in the face. So I call it a win. Ah! I feel like the Maelstrom maybe has a fairly significant damage drop-off.
I wouldn't know. I don't know the exact stats of the Maelstrom.
Well, just from, like, observation, so the DBS shotgun, I feel like I can usually kill people from fairly long range, whereas with the Maelstrom, it really feels like if I'm not right up on someone, it just doesn't do anything unless I hit them a bunch of times. Oh, excellent. We were a distraction. Let's go pick up that gun. You've noticed we're keeping things to team
And
battle.
we have a passkey for the last one, Confid.
For the grand finale.
For the grand finale, my friend.
How exciting. Alright guys, we'll get into that in a second. I'm just going to try out the key on my other device and check to see if they are ready for us at this point. If they are, we'll head straight across. If not, then we'll just chill for a little bit more in here. Let's see. Yes, so it's only got a couple of players. So we've probably got a little bit more time. We'll keep an eye on that and then head across. So, Dealers, who do we have in the grand finals along with the Sons of Anarchy?
It's going to be Poon Company, my friend. Poon Company. They are also undefeated all the way to the grand final. Have not lost a single game. Won their lower semi-final 2-0 as well.
Impressive.
Indeed.
By basic application of maths, we can know that by the end of the first game... Oh gosh! One of those two teams will no longer have the unbeaten record, but we have no guarantee, of course, that both teams won't have to taste that bitter pill during the course of the finals themselves. I'm always fascinated to see how teams who have come through a tournament unbeaten, I know how to English, how they deal with that first loss.
Well, it's definitely something that they're gonna have to figure out, because getting a first loss can be a big problem. But I will say in MC5, where the dynamic of the games and the pace of the games, it is so fast and so fast, I guess is the word, right? That people, they should be used to that pace and to losing out from time to time.
So guys, we've got our grand final ready. Looks like the players are pretty much ready to go right now. So we're heading across there to join them. A best of 5 to determine who'll be walking home with the lion's share of $1,000. These are the kind of prizes you can get if you play in the MC5 competitions. Of course, this is a extended prize. This will not be the regular prize going forward. It'll be $500 per time, but still a pretty good haul if you were going to be playing MC5 anyway.
Who do you believe will take this grand final contest?
Well, let's take a little revision session adds to the two squads involved. Sons of Anarchy and Poon Company. So, Poon Company, they are unbeaten on this current team iteration, but that team was was formed at the end of September. For the Sons of Anarchy, they have been going quite a lot longer, and while their record is not unbeaten, it's still pretty impressive. So I would tend to come down on the side of Sons of Anarchy just based on history.
Well, I feel like Sons of Anarchy, they have impressed me here today, kind of it. But Poon Company, they do have some strong names in there as well. Poon, obviously, one of those players that you need to recognize. But also MIT, a strong Japanese player too. On the side of Sons of Anarchy, if Sakutombo can get his mojo rolling, I feel like Sakutombo could be the difference maker in this series.
Certainly, based on their performance before, they've done very well, but this time, you can see they've actually taken all the deaths, and now they go down again to the namesake of Poon Company, Poon themselves. MIT getting a double hit. You noted before, MIT, one of the hottest free agents in MC5, doesn't seem to have a particular loyalty to a specific team. It goes where the rewards will be greatest, and of course the rewards are very much great here today. MIT not just getting a strong early start, but turning that in to the kill streaks as well. 6 and 2, 4 kills with military support, and I'm pretty sure those were all MIT.
MIT right now doing what Sakutombo can't counterfeit. Sakutombo currently usually is the one in that position, 6 and 2, but now MIT stepping up to the plate, allowing Poon Company to be in control. But with that being said, 5 minutes still left remaining, and Sons of Anarchy, they're far from out of this.
MIT providing the covering fire that keeps the blue team at Poon Company in contention, as we do see a fight breaking out near to the top. Nice shotgun work for Decoy will clear things out up there as Poon does get cut down. Sakutombo gets the revenge from earlier on. Poon Company still remain ahead, still looking very strong. Sons of Anarchy, though, seems to be up to the challenge of facing them down face to face.
The Blue Hand team counterfeit, 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to go, are up by 4 kills, and with the pace that we're playing right now, this slow-paced game, that is quite a lot, and Sons of Anarchy, they're gonna have to start working for this if they really want to win, because they're behind 4 kills, and that is quite a lot in this game state.
MIT still remains a big reason why Poon Company remain ahead. But with Nerve as well joining them on 6 kills, you can see how top heavy the Poon Company scoreboard is right now. MIT and Nerve together, the number 1 and number 2 players occupying those slots on the scoreboard. Looking pretty darn good doing it, as we see that Poon Company, they seem like they're taking up more defensive positions here. They know they're in the lead, and they're going to force the Anarchists to come to them.
6 kills up. Nerve finds another kill onto Masuo this time around, kind of it. You know what? It does feel like that our good friends over on the blue side are in control of this game. They know how to deal with Sons of Anarchy. And apparently Sons of Anarchy, they're trying to play to the way that their opponents they want to play, and it's just not working out. They should try and like up the tempo of the game, which they're doing right now, finding more kills, trying to hunt down their enemies, and it's working out.
Check back in with Sakutombo, 6 and 4 so far. The best performing player for the squad, but not measuring up to what MIT is putting out right now. 9 and 3. You can see they've also got the bullet shield up and ready to drop as the big push comes in. The Anarchists do manage to break in to the big head part of the map and actually drive Poon Company out for now. We have to know they're going to be swiftly returning, but Zara grabs another kill. That lead is starting to look a little shakier.
Oh, Sons of Anarchy starting to put in a bit more work, but Zara right here not going to find any kills before being taken down. And Sons of Anarchy, they still find themselves behind by 4 kills, kind of it. They haven't been able to reduce this lead, but talking about that, Masuo, Sakutombo, and Zara comes in, finds 3 kills, and suddenly out of nowhere, Sons of Anarchy, they're in the lead. Sorry, they're in the run for the lead, rather.
Deadlocked as we come to less than 2 minutes remaining on the first round of this $1,000 Grand Finals. Really, really nicely done for Sons of Anarchy to come back into this one. Take a look at the numbers. It is Zara, the player to watch coming into the end of this game. We're seeing some real nice play. We've got multiple supports in play for Sons of Anarchy, which means they're going to be respawning in. They're going to have those health packs drop down. And even aside from all of that, these shreds, the amount of firepower they're putting down is very hard to deny.
It absolutely is. Those shreds, they can just, well, shred and slice through their opponent's counterfeit. Sons of Anarchy down by 1 kill so far. They're gonna look to chop up their opponents and shred and slice them all down. But the blue hand team comes in and suddenly they're far up in the lead again.
Poon Company taking advantage of even that 1 kill lead to keep themselves safe in the sarcophagus room. But the Anarchists are back onto things once again. Zara around the corner, managing to slap down God Save. Sons of Anarchy, they're almost catching up to Koi. Goes down, fighting Iluk, grabbing another. We are down to the last 30 seconds. Poon Company are ahead by 2, but it's a very close thing.
It is indeed. 20 seconds more. Sons of Anarchy, they can still do this, but they need to find the kills now. Alec finds 1. MIT finds kill onto Alec instead. Now with 12 seconds remaining, it's looking really desperate here for Sons of Anarchy.
And you can see that the Poon Company squad, they're keeping their distance from the Sons of Anarchy, not giving those opportunities to pick up those last remaining kills. And it's a smart and effective strategy. Poon Company, with a 4 kill advantage, take the first game. Sons of Anarchy undefeated no longer.
They did it in their own tempo, kind of it. Won the first game, and Sons of Anarchy, they go down. Now we're gonna head into the next map, which will be on the streets. It's also a very closed off map, so I will say that I think our good friends on the blue side, they are gonna have the advantage once again.
And a particular representation there for Poon and MIT over on the Poon Company squad. Both with exceptional scores, 13 kills apiece. I think Poon Company very lucky to pick up the free agent of MIT here. Really a big difference maker. Sakutombo, definitely important for the Sons of Anarchy, but unable to make it happen by themselves. Guys, we're going to be headed onto our next community game. So do come and join us. ESL 1, 2, 3. Let's go for... I don't know, where should we go for, D-List? Oh, okay, I think D-List had to step away for a second. Let's get this next game set up. We're going to go to Conversion. Maxwell Gaming and Dodgy Gaming. Welcome, welcome. And yes, very impressive stuff. I think we... Oh, actually, I think we might be getting straight onto the next lobby. Let me just keep an eye out for that. Okay, it's not up quite yet, so I think we might still have a little bit of time to at least get you guys started, if not see the whole game through. ESL 1, 2, 3. We're on Conversion, and we want you guys along for the ride. I'd love to hear from you guys as well. What do you think about that first game? Did Poon Company, was it smart play, better play, or sneaky play? What do you guys think was the deciding factor in game number 1? I loved towards the end there, we saw very smart play in terms of just taking options away from the Sons of Anarchy, making sure there was no way there could just, even a bad fight was only ever going to give across a couple of kills because there was so much distance being kept as it looks like we're going to have to... I don't think we're going to have time to get this one started up, I'm afraid. Sorry about this, guys. The players are pretty much ready to go right now. So we'll be headed into our next lobby of the Grand Finals. And we'll have to see if we can get an equalizer or if Poon Company will take the commanding 2-0 lead. In our last monthly finals, we did see our best of 5 go to just 3 games. Hopefully, we shall get a more substantial finals this time round. But if it does go to 3 again, it will be another dominating show of force. So game 2, we can see, is going to be on the streets. Let's get these guys flippity-flipped around. And hopefully we shall get ourselves another very strong game. Only +4 to last time round. Poon Company able to keep themselves ahead when it mattered the most. Let's get game 2 started again. Every team from the semi-finals and onwards has been Japanese. And of course that will lead us to an all-Japanese Grand Finals. Sons of Anarchy with their first taste of defeat will need to recover themselves in game number 2. Oh, let me just, there you go, flip that around. As it is Poon Company who are starting things off as Poon decides to take some pot shots at what appears to be their own teammate. Don't know quite what that's about. A little bit of a misunderstanding there. But fortunately, well, perhaps a little less unfortunate, MIT grabbing a kill but getting shot directly in the spine because of getting surrounded. And that just goes to show, it does not matter how good a player you are. If someone is behind you, then there's very little you can do about it. You've got to keep your flank secure when you're moving forward as a squad, as Zara manages to stop Poon Company in their tracks. MIT will be more than up for the challenge as it turns into a brutal scrum in the center of the map. Sakatama and Sakai, this is seeming more like the Sons of Anarchy's speed, that they are going face to face with the opposition and not worrying about having to deal with snipers or getting hit from multiple angles once they're inside. Let's check those numbers. Sakatomo definitely the best performing player so far. namesake, Poon Company. Their best KDA player at the moment, with only a couple coming in. Sons of Anarchy starting to build up with that lead. The first 2 minutes almost concluded. Sons of Anarchy almost getting it forward to 20 kills so far, as they start to swarm as a squad. Sakai will be coming in from the side, Sakutombo as well. Sons of Anarchy starting to close in around Poon Company here. And they're now 8 kills ahead. This will be a fantastic equalizer, as it's looking like this could easily turn into a rout. The respawns are coming in, but it doesn't look like the company are able to put together any kind of coherent offense, or maybe I should take that back. MIT comes riding on a charger out of hell into the middle of the map, drops down the bullet shield, buys them time to get through Sakutombo. Very smart use of the shield there. In that confined space means there's no way to fire up around it. Masuo.
You know what? They're still behind 8 kills, Counterfeit, so there's a long way to go now. 10. Sons of Anarchy sitting quite in the lead in this one, and this should be the 1-1 in this series.
4 minutes left on the clock. It doesn't seem like the blue squad, the Anarchists, need that time. It seems to have really rung the alarm clock for them, because this is turning out to be a much less close game in Game 2 than the one that they lost in Game 1.
Absolutely, Counterfeit, but the Sons of Anarchy, they're just 11 kills away from having won this one. And now welcome to the stream, Relax Gaming coming in here, picking up or picking up anything, but coming in here towards the end of the stream. Sons of Anarchy just extending it a little bit, however, not allowing their opponents to go 2-0 up in the best of 5 series.
Yeah, very, very important to tie this series up 1 apiece. Fumito, why did the iOS tournaments only pay money? I believe it's because the iOS tournaments came into being first, so the arrangement was different. It's kind of a legacy thing. I think that they pays out money rather than the in-game credits that are paid out through iOS and Android. I believe when Android merges, they'll have access to the money prize pool as well. So that's something to look forward to. Hunter, are you allowed to use single armor parts of armors over tier 3? I wouldn't think so. There's no reason to think that would be the case. But, I mean, I guess I could be wrong about this. I've never seen anyone doing it. Sakutombo dancing as apparently we need to plug in, because this has been too much action and it's been draining our battery.
Well, Counterfeit, at least your iPad is letting you know that it's time that it gets a bit more battery to work with now that it has been drained so far down.
So that game actually ended up being pretty darn close. It looked like it was going to be entirely over to the Sons of Anarchy, but by the end, let's see, so it was God save H2PTM. Gosh. Who was able to pull it back for the company. Very nicely played.
Absolutely, well, now, it's awesome to see just that we're gonna get a full-on series Counterfeit, seeing that Sons of Anarchy, they can make that comeback. I'm pretty happy that now we're at least gonna get 2 more kills. Sorry, 2 more games rather.
Alright, we're gonna try our darndest to sneak in a game. If this fails again because the teams are too quick off the mark, then we'll just take a little micro break between each games rather than trying to set up a community game and then having to duck out of it straight away. So, do come and join us. We'll head back to the streets. Oh no, construction site. Let's see if we can get it in. As we're now tied up 1 game apiece. Dealers, are you starting to lean towards one team or the other based off what we've seen from these 2 games?
Oh, absolutely not. I would not want to make a prediction right now, seeing as how the 2 teams they are playing. I don't think anyone is just doing better than their opponents.
Hunter wants to have the individual... Okay, yes. We're not going to try community games anymore because it looks like the teams are already ready for game number 3. So, Hunter's point is that if you use different helmets, you won't be able to use the cores. I don't know. Hunter, you can certainly suggest that idea over on the ESL Discord. That's how a lot of the rules came to be, just by it being suggested, people voting on it and deciding it's something they liked. I imagine that would add some level of complexity to the decisions people are making coming into the competition. Whether that's a particular thing that people want, I don't know. Maybe people in the chat can let us know if that's something that appeals to them. The idea of being able to give up cores in exchange for stronger armor. I don't know. I'm kind of middling on it, I suppose. I don't know if that would be of benefit or detriment, honestly. So guys, game number 3 is going to be on overtime. We can see that currently between the two teams, first game 4 kills, second game 2 kills. I can only imagine the third game will be, logically, 1 kill.
Well, you might just be right, kind of it, but only time will tell.
Well, do you know what else will tell, Deedless?
No, I do not.
The barking of guns on this here battlefield as we head into game number 3. Let's get it on. $1,000 to be decided on the results of this series. Sons of Anarchy, they fought their way back into the series. This is the turning point. One team will move into kill range on the other by the end of this game.
And whoever wins this one game, kind of it, will go 2 games up in this series and be just 1 step closer to winning the entire series. Whoever loses will have to win 2 games in a row. So that's obviously going to require that they do something very drastic and change things around. And, well, right now, PC not looking too shabby at all. Right now, falling 5 kills behind.
Yes, the PCs are in a lot of trouble here. You can see the team captain, the only one to pick up early kills. Iluk is doing fantastically here on overtime. You see, it is one of those maps that has some very distinctly different play areas. As round the corner, an unwelcome surprise. See, Deedless, that's why I always throw grenades everywhere I go.
Well, you know what, kind of it, grenades are also pretty damn effective, so I can understand why you would throw grenades, seeing as how your aim isn't very effective.
Oh man, why'd you have to turn it into a bad thing?
I am so sorry, I just had to do it.
So Hunter asking, well, Hunter, we'll come back to your thing about the armors a bit later on. But in short, it's not so much a question of why as that kind of comes back to other people. When people want to change things, they usually have to justify why it's worth the change, rather than the people kind of come up with specific reasons why they don't want it. But anyway, back into things as Iluk does go down in that last exchange, but is up 6-2. Is now going 1 versus 2. I thought for a second there they might even manage it, but Sakai is also transcendent. 5-1, brutal. With that lava BSW waiting out the shots and locks down Nerve. Wow. Well, apparently the money should have been placed on the Sons of Anarchy because they are going off.
They absolutely are, kind of it. They're not looking to stop at all. Sakutombo, Masao, hell, Sakai right now. Everyone is on fire. And they're not looking to slow down. PC did win game number 1, but apparently they just enraged Sons of Anarchy. Because right now the Sons of Anarchy, they're coming in for quite a beating.
You can see Sakutombo, Iluk, and Sakai all with very impressive records. Over on the other side of things, Nerve, the closest that the Blue Squad PC have got to a carry. Nerve is going to be following up, making good use of the doorways to control the space. Trying to fight their way back in to the top right-hand corner. That's what the team is operating out of as MIT. 1-8. What a disaster for a player who has carried whole games by themselves before.
Gigantic disaster. So far, Zara just turns around, gets a...
That's a quadra kill!
That's a quadra kill in terms of headshots too, kind of it. Every single kill right there landed as a headshot.
Here we go, 18 headshots.
No one that can stop Zara right now. Zara on fire.
Every good thing comes to an end, but the damage has been done as Iluk follows up. The Trident of the Sons of Anarchy. Iluk, Sakutomo, and Zara all putting out absolute work in this game. The PC squad in blue, they have been eviscerated.
Oh, they have indeed, kind of it. PC not being able to do anything in this game. It's been all about the Sons of Anarchy. They've set the pace. They've shut them down. They completely smashed them with them only getting 25 kills, kind of it. Sons of Anarchy, they're looking stronger than ever and poised to take game number 4.
Dealers, the math still works, almost. In game 1, it was a difference of... No, in game 2 it was a difference of 2 points. In game 1 it was a difference of 4 points. You put those two things together and you have a difference of 24 points. Almost perfectly predicted from game 1 and 2. Now the Sons of Anarchy, they have got both barrels loaded. They need one more game of victory to call themselves champeroos. We will not be trying to host up a community game because we've learnt from our experiences. These guys want to waste no time at all before getting into the next one. 14 kills for Sakutombo and Iluk in the last game. Just eye-watering stuff.
Absolutely, kind of it. Don't think you could have said it any better, but with the way that this series has been developing, it's been crazy to see how well Sons of Anarchy they've adapted to the way that PC they played, and how PC they've kind of just fallen far from grace, not being able to adapt and change their playstyle up in any single way.
Guys, we got game 4 coming up soon. Honestly, I have just no idea what happened with the Sons of Anarchy that they were able to pull out that last one. For game number 4, dealers, which of our map pools will we be falling to for what could be our last game of the finals?
Well, we will be going to construction site.
So based on what we saw, so we've got to try and figure out. So between there's something that connects museum and streets, in that those two games went pretty similarly. Over time, it went dramatically different. Now, I'm trying to think if I can figure out what, is construction site, our 4th map, more like museum and streets, or is it more like overtime?
I feel like construction site is more like streets, but at the same time, it's because overtime and museum, they are kind of closed off. You don't have these many open areas like you have in the streets, so you can shoot from different ledges and stuff like that. So I feel like in total that with you just having more ways of killing your opponents on construction site, that it reminds me more of streets. But we do have a code, that is.
Let's break that code and open up game number 4. I guess as well, like, one of the things I'm really excited to see how these guys play is what part of the construction site ends up seeing the most action. Because of how different the interior and exterior of those two, of the map, of the construction site is from each other. You've got this wide open field with the sniper, bridge going across the far end of it on one side, and then you've got this really claustrophobic indoors on the other side where people can, you can turn around at any corner and run face to face with an opponent.
Well, kind of it. Your analysis of the map is definitely correct, but we're about to get into the last deciding game. All the players are ready, 5 and 5, as you can see. This could be Sons of Anarchy picking it all up and putting PC to the grave.
One more chance for PC to turn things back around. We'll see if things can change. Iluk and Sakutomo in particular, shining stars for the Sons of Anarchy squad. Construction site. So many different ways to play. If Sons of Anarchy have their way, it will be another route.
And here we go. 7 minutes kind of it. PC have 7 minutes or less, depending if they need 7 minutes in total, to win over Sons of Anarchy. This is their life, and they're not off to a very good start, having already died 2 times.
Yeah, we can see Nerve getting taken out there as well as the respawns come in for PC. They are struggling to get away from Sons of Anarchy to start things off, but MIT, who had a rough game before, does at least get a kill. It's starting to turn sour even from the early plays.
It is indeed kind of it, and the early plays are often the most important ones. It sets the tempo of the game for you. It allows you to get into that mindset of being in a winning position, and right now, Sons of Anarchy, they are the ones in that winning position.
MIT dropping a little message saying no need into the chat. I don't know what they were replying to specifically there, but I appreciate MIT for taking the second out to provide a quote for the stream, even if it's one which I don't understand.
Well, being able to interview pro players kind of is something we don't get to do very often, so very nice of them to take their time out to give us that interview that we didn't ask for, but we needed anyway.
Let's check in on the map in general as we see Zara slamming into the squad from the side. Sons of Anarchy, they need just one more win to become the kings, the rulers of this $1,000 tournament. Guys, this weekend has been some of the biggest MC5 prize pools for a very long time, so we hope you guys have been enjoying the level of competition so far, as it's looking like the Anarchists, they are just giving the PC squad an absolute drubbing here. Driving them up from the inside, driving them from the outside. There's nowhere for PC to stand.
Yeah, they're trying to hide kind of it. They're trying to just stay alive. But the Sons of Anarchy, they are unrelenting in their search for the PC squad. And right now, with them being 15 kills behind, it's looking more and more dire. And looking real hard for PC to make this comeback.
Let's find out the big numbers. Yes, it's Zara who's managed to break into double figures, though MIT evidently has a problem with that. 12 kills up. There just doesn't seem to be any light here, apart from maybe MIT who's doing their darndest. Of course, the danger of sending your big carry off for a long flank is it takes them out of the equation for a long time as MIT throws the grenades, crossbows, takes out Iluk with one of them, but Zara is coming a-hunting and will find more than they bargained for.
Well, on top of that kind of it, MIT is the sole carry right now of PC. So you just can't rely on a single player to carry your entire team. It is too risky, but PC, they need MIT right now. It's the hero they need. And the hero, well, that to some extent they do deserve, because I would love to see game number 5.
Right now, PC seem like they don't know where to attack from. They're trying to find the angles, but they're getting cut down, threshed by the extremely game Sons of Anarchy squad. We can see evaporating are the flanking maneuvers, as again, God Save tries to come around the side, but This is really splitting the strength of the PC squad. And they're not finding the breakthrough player unless maybe... No, Poon can't even make it round the flank. Sakutombo drops down the health back and the pincer maneuver. PC are getting picked to pieces.
They are indeed. And fortunately for them this time around, it's not going to be a 25 kill deficit that they're going to lose with. But I don't think they're going to get even close to 40 kind of fit. Sons of Anarchy, they're so close to finishing this out. They just need 3 more. And PC, they need 7 to get 40 at the very least.
PC huddled together even at the end of things round the campfire, trying to deny the falling of the light. But Sons of Anarchy, they are just going off. Sakai can't quite get the last kill. It falls to Iluk. But with 3 and 1, Sons of Anarchy become the rulers of the Blue Finals for November and December. They have just won themselves a whole bucket load of cash.
Congratulations to Sons of Anarchy. It's very well deserved. The way that they've been playing today has just been so great. They've only lost 1 game in total, kind of it. But after losing that 1 game, they totally figured out their opponents. They were unrelenting moving forward in the series. And PC, they never knew what hit them.
Shout out, of course, to MIT, who's just seen the chat dropping down the GGs. An extraordinary performance from them in a game that looked pretty much unwinnable. Congratulations again to Sons of Anarchy. Guys, if you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on whatever channel you're watching on right now. We will be back in tomorrow with our Android and PC monthly finals, so please do come and join us for that. The details will be in the chat in a second. You can look on the ESL site and find for yourself. Our thanks, of course, again to our wonderful admins doing their completely necessary job from behind the scenes. Nessie and Uno absolutely could not do it without you guys. And if you'd like to check out ourselves, you can find our details in the chat as well with the links to our various social media bits and pieces. Dealers, we'll be back tomorrow for PC and Android finals, but we've had some pretty darn amazing stuff so far.
Oh, we absolutely have. I mean, like, the way that these teams, they have been playing today, we've been spoiled, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna see tomorrow.
So guys, again, come and join us at 11 o'clock UK time, 12 Central European time, but check the local times over on the ESL website. Thank you guys again for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.